Okay, good afternoon. Welcome to Math for Kids number
107.
107. And this is going to be another logic problem with hats, actually.
Yep.
Yep. So in this one we have two people. We got this problem off of Wikipedia, actually. Kind of a neat little puzzle for kids. So we have two people, and according to Wikipedia, they've taken prisoners. But let's not be so violent. Okay? So we'll just say they're babysitting some kids. All right?
Yeah.
And they say, okay, we're going to give you this test. And if you pass the test, you're going to get a special treat. Could be what?
You could be getting $50.
Could be getting $50. Could be getting some nice Legos. Maybe be getting some ice cream. Who knows what it is? Something really great.
Yeah.
But if you don't pass the test as a group, something bad's going to happen. Like what?
Like you have to eat hot sauce.
You have to eat hot sauce. How about not so nasty? You have to eat broccoli. Whoa, worse than hot sauce. They say, here's the test. You're going to stand it in a line, the four of you, like this. And I'll put the guys back down when we do this. But the point is they can only see in front of them. Okay? So this person in the spot that I've labeled number 1 can only see persons 2 and 3, and they put person number 4 in a totally different room, so nobody can see person 4. Okay?
Okay.
Person 2 can only see person 3, cannot see behind him, and person 4 is still in the other room. Person 3 can't see anybody, and person 4 is in the other room. And so you've got 2 red hats and 2 blue hats, and they're going to put the hats on the people. And to make it a little easier, person 1's going to get to either guess their hat color first or pass if they don't know it. So person 1 can either say, hey, I know what my hat color is, or pass. And then person 2 gets the same choice. They can either say what their hat color is or they can pass. And person 3, then person 4. But remember, person 4 is in another room and can't see anybody, and nobody can see him. Okay?
Yep.
All right, so what do you think is going to happen here?
Well, first person 1's gonna go.
Yeah, well, there's a couple different scenarios here. So show me a scenario where person 1 is going to know what color their hat is.
In this scenario.
Well, in that scenario. Okay, why? Why would person 1 know what color their hat is?
Because he sees 2 blues.
He sees 2 blues, and what does he know? How does he know what color his hat is?
Because he knows that there are 2 blues and 2 reds, so he knows his hat must be red.
Okay, so he already sees 2 blues, so he knows his hat must be red. Okay, so that's great. So that would be the same scenario as if he saw 2 reds, right?
Yeah.
This would be the same thing. So person 1 would know what color hat they were. So the tricky one must be when person 1 looks out and sees this.
He won't know what his color is.
Okay, so what's going to happen in this scenario? So person 1 looks out and sees 2 different color hats. So I guess there's 2 scenarios, right? Yeah. Scenario 1 is person 1 looks out and sees 2 hats that are the same. And in that scenario,
he knows what color his hat is.
he knows what color his hat is. Okay, so in scenario 2, he looks out and sees 2 hats that are different, like this. Okay, and what happened? What does person 1 do then?
He says, I don't know.
You're right, because he doesn't want to eat broccoli. So he says, I don't know. All right. Okay, now what's person 2 going to do here?
Well, he's going to look and see 2. He's going to only see a red hat.
He's going to see a red hat. Okay.
So he won't know what color his hat is.
Well, he knows more than just there's a red hat. He knows 2 things, actually.
He knows that...
He knows there's a red hat. And what's the other thing?
And he knows that person 1 doesn't know.
Right. So that's the thing about these logic puzzles. You actually learn more than you think. So person 2 in this scenario learns 2 things. He learns there's a red hat in front of him, and he learns that person 1 did not know what color his hat was. Okay, so what does that tell person 2?
Well, it doesn't tell him his hat color.
Oh, I think it does. See if you can figure out why. What does the fact that person 1 passed mean?
It means that person 1 said, I don't know what my color is.
Right, and why would person 1 have said that?
Because Cause he didn't know.
Right, and why didn't he know?
Cause he looked over and saw a blue and a red.
Right, if he looked over and saw two reds, he would have known what color his hat was, right?
Yep.
So person 2 knows what? Because person 1 passed, what does person 2 know?
Well, he knows that his hat. Well, he knows that both of them can't be the same color.
Right, he knows that person 1 looked at person 2 and person 3 and said,
That
I don't know what my hat color is. And that means that they must be wearing different color hats.
Yep.
Right? Okay, so what does person 2 do now? Person 2 looks out and sees a red hat.
Well, then he knows that his hat is a blue.
Why?
Because it said that you said they can't be the same.
Why? How does he know they're not the same?
Because person 1 said I don't know.
Because person 1 passed. If they were the same, if these two hats were the same, person 1 would have known what color the hat on his head was.
Yes.
But he didn't. So person 2 knows that. Person 2 says, aha, I know we are wearing different color hats. So at that point, person 2 says, in this scenario, I've got a blue hat. Right?
Yeah.
Now, is it always going to be the situation? When they're in different color hats, is it always the same thing? Remember, we said that when they're wearing the same color hat, it's easy. Right?
Yep.
Now, is it just as easy when they're wearing different colored hats? Let's look at the other scenario, red and blue. What does person 1 see here?
He sees a red and a blue, and he doesn't know.
Okay, what does person 2 do then?
He knows that person 1 didn't know, so he knows that they can't be the same. And he looks over and sees a blue, so he knows his hat is red.
Okay, so what does that mean? What's person 2 going to do?
He's gonna say, "I know what color my hat is."
And my hat color is?
Is red.
Okay, so they all get the super special treat. So actually, no matter how the hats get arranged here, they can always get the special treat, because if these two guys get the red hats, then this person knows he has a blue hat, and if they get different color hats, then person 2 knows. The funny thing about this problem is you didn't need person 3 or person 4 to do anything. Person 4 being in the other room just sat in the other room. Hopefully they shared the special treat with him.
Da da da
And
da.
didn't just eat his ice cream. Okay, so is that a good puzzle?
Yep.
These are tricky. These are tricky. These kind of problems where you learn something by somebody else passing can be really hard, because you have to figure out what did you learn from that person saying I don't know. But you learned something. Okay, good job.